This isn't a legend. This really happened. St. Agnes Hospital was shut down for renovation. But the truth is, they never found Sophie Reynolds, only her ID badge, lying outside room 13. They told me not to go in. They warned me, but I didn't listen. And now, I'm the one who disappears in the shadows. If you think you can survive what I did, think again. Some doors are never meant to be opened, and room 13 waits for those who dare. The moment I stepped into the dimly lit corridor, I knew something was wrong. The fluorescent lights flickered like dying eyes, shadows crawling across the walls. A faint hum buzzed overhead, and the air smelled of antiseptic. But underneath it all, a metallic scent twisted my stomach. I froze, somewhere far down the hall. A door creaked open. No one else should have been there, but soft footsteps echoed anyway. Each step deliberate, slow, measured. Fear rooted me in place before pulling me forward. I shouldn't be here, I whispered, but my body ignored reason, dragged deeper by something unseen. There's a weight to fear that pushes instead of holding you back, and I walked straight into it. If you're listening to this, know that I didn't survive the night. What I'm about to tell you, no one should ever witness. It started with one mistake, thinking it was just another night, just another shift, just another job. I was Sophie Reynolds, a fresh nursing graduate. St. Agnes Hospital was my proving ground, my dream job. Everyone warned me about the night shift, but I laughed it off. How bad could one quiet night really be? The hospital smelled like antiseptic and burnt coffee. Nurses greeted me with tired smiles that never reached their eyes. First night, one asked softly, "Be careful. Some doors stay closed for a reason." I smiled back, unaware those words were a warning. The halls were empty and cold. Only the beep of distant monitors broke the silence. I thought the peace meant safety. How wrong I was. Even in stillness, something watched me. A chill crawled down my spine, whispering that I wasn't alone. Shadows stretched unnaturally. Flickering lights mocked my nerves. A whisper brushed my ear, gone before I could breathe. I told myself it was imagination. It wasn't. A chair moved as I passed. A door I closed stood open again. Cold air drifted across my neck, though vents were off. And from somewhere deep inside the building, a low murmur rose. When I asked another nurse, she smiled too quickly. "It's just the building settling," she said. But the tension in her jaw betrayed her. She knew something she wouldn't say. I tried to laugh it off. I failed. Passing room 13, the air turned ice cold. My breath fogged. My heart stumbled. Something inside that room was waiting. The door looked normal. Plain, wooden, nothing special. But it radiated dread, like it breathed. I couldn't stop staring. Room 13 had a history whispered between shifts. No one wanted to go near it. But curiosity is hunger, and mine was starving. I reached for the handle. My rational mind screamed, "Don't," but my fingers wrapped around the metal anyway. It was freezing to the touch, heavy, alive. And when it turned, the air changed. The room was dark to dark. The smell hit first rot, iron, and something ancient. Then, from the shadows, something moved. Not one thing, many. Watching, breathing, Shapes shifted inside the blackness, whispering words I couldn't understand. Soft voices crawled into my ears, promising, mocking, begging. Every instinct screamed to run, but my feet stayed still. Then I understood this hospital wasn't dead. It was awake, breathing through its walls. The night was alive, and I was its prey. It wanted me to stay. Nothing was normal after that. Doors led to places that didn't exist. Lights blinked out. My phone died. Time fractured. Whispers became voices, closer every second. They called my name. Sophie, Sophie, each echo colder than the last. I ran, blind and desperate, but the halls twisted like a maze. The shadows followed, laughing softly. Walls shifted, stairs ended in solid brick. Every path looped back to the same corridor. The hospital was alive, trapping me inside its ribs. And I realized there was no escape. I saw glimpses of the past. Other nurses, long gone, wandering aimlessly. Patients who'd never existed. And I knew I was next. I reached room 13 again. It wasn't empty this time. The shadows had formed a shape tall, burning eyes, no face. It looked at me, and I understood its voice in my head. "You shouldn't be here," it whispered inside my mind. "And now, you will stay." I screamed. I ran, but every hall led back to it. The figure followed, slow, patient, endless, watching, waiting. The building pulsed around me like a living thing. My fear fed it. I clawed at every exit, every door. But the hospital changed faster than I could think. The whispers grew louder, clearer. They wanted me to surrender. I saw faces of staff I'd met hours ago. They looked human until they didn't. Their eyes were empty sockets, their mouths stitched shut. They reached toward me, silent, pleading. I stumbled into the operating room. Tools gleamed under flickering light. The floor was stained dark. Old blood dried to black, and the chanting began. The whispers became one voice, louder, closer, unmistakable. "You are mine," it said, and the lights went out. Darkness swallowed everything. Only my heartbeat echoed in the void. Then something cold touched my shoulder, and it laughed. Reality shattered like glass. Walls twisted, ceiling melted into shadow. I could feel myself fading, dissolving into whispers. The hospital claimed me. When morning came, everything was calm. St. Agnes Hospital stood silent and ordinary, but I was gone, absorbed, erased, forgotten, part of the building. If you ever find yourself alone in a hospital at night, listen carefully. Don't trust the silence. Don't follow the whispers. And never, ever open room 13, because some stories don't end.